And that is what I do with all Strike's cars. If he drops him in my world, screw his cars. There you go. Way better. Hey guys, welcome back to our scrap mechanic video. And I'm really excited for today's video because it's gonna be awesome. We got over here a freaking laser. It's gonna be awesome, it's gonna be awesome. But first, before we jump into that, I want to show you all the other stuff in my mod. Because I've made an entirely new mod. Which blocks does it have? Well, it has a serial adder. You send 2 serial inputs into it, binary, and what you get is a binary output, which is the added result of the 2 serial inputs. Now it instantly adds it, so you need to make sure that you make it like all bits all after each other. So you have inputs over here, AND gates, you give it a 1 tick, they jump all into a shift register, which will shift instantly because it's all wired into like this, and they will both wire at the same time to this adder, this serial adder. And then you put it in some memory. You can make the memory however you want. I will add a memory gate in the future to this mod, so that it'll have like a green input, which is the set, and a red input, which is the remove or like a reset. Because yes, you can check the color of the input gates. Anyway, as you can see, 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 5 or something is 5 plus 5 is 10, and 5 plus this is 8 plus 4 is 12. 5 plus 12 is overflow. Yeah, overflow. Make sure to add an extra bit to catch the overflow as well. So if you don't want an overflow, then over here, this is the sum of these two. But this does carry a bit, like a carry out, and if you add another layer of memory, then that will catch the actual memory bit. Anyway, next up we have the fuse. Now what does it do? As the description tells you, this thing explodes stuff. Now, what does it have as an input? It has a black switch or a gate or whatever. A black input, which means destroy. So if you have, for example, a logic gate, let's remove this thing real quick. Logic gate, and we connect it like this, and boom, it explodes. A radius of 4 is the default radius of the explosion. And then we can change how big it is with these. This is on the second row of colors in the paint tool, and this means 1, 2, 4, 8. So if you want a radius of 8, or maybe a radius of 15, but that will be, I think we can manage. If we put it right over here, then, because you don't want this thing to explode the fuse, because if the fuse gets exploded, then you'll crash. Also, any other scripted blocks, if you put the laser over here, it'll also crash. You cannot destroy the actual scripted blocks. Also, no other scripted blocks by other users. Just don't do it, because you'll break the game. Anyway, boom, it explodes. And we were lucky that was not connected to the actual plate over here, to the actual metal. Wait, was it? Something strange happened. I have no clue what that happened over here, because it should remove loose blocks as well, like this. If we do this, and we make it a range of 10, that's 12, sorry. Then you should see that it explodes with a not so big the radius. As you can see, this is also a smaller radius, but we can also make it a radius of 1 by doing this, and then boom, it only destroys 1 block, like in a radius. If you put like this, boom, it'll only explode these blocks. So that's the fuse with the explosion. Be really careful, don't explode the fuse or any other scripted blocks. Same for the lasers as well. If you remove any scripted blocks with them, you'll crash. But warnings about that later. I've also found some fixes to that. Well, fixes. I've put some prevention things into it. Next up block is a stabilizer. Now, oh, I totally forgot the description. Anyway, what you need to do is make something like this, and then an input, and the output there needs to be an output. You can do also multiple outputs, but I do not suggest that for now. We'll just test this first. Now, what will happen? This gate is the stabilizer. It will pull itself down, and if there's a child, it will make it hover. So you'll hover and you will also stabilize. So now you can see if you hit it, it'll hover and stabilize. Awesome, right? Oh crap. Now, what you can also do is add a switch like this. Now, when it drifts off, oh crap. Of course you need to. So you turn this on and you'll see it flap down. What you need to do is also turn that on. So only if they both are on, it'll work. As soon as you turn that switch off, it'll drop to the ground, as you can see. So that was one useful thing. Now what if you want extra thrust? Add another one, like that. For this one I'm gonna add a seat, because otherwise it's gonna drift off and I'm gonna lose it. So we have this. I'm gonna turn this on. So now it's stabilized and hovering. Now, but when we switch that one on as well, you'll see you'll get extra thrust. Now it'll also start wobbling. Now that's just the stabilizer pulling us down. But it'll also start wobbling. If that happens, what you need to do is, first turn it on, you need to make the mass bigger. Like, the more mass you have and the more it's kind of stabilized, you don't want the center of mass to be very far away from the actual stabilizers. But if you do that, you'll see it'll wobble less, way less than before. Okay, maybe a bit, but you can always fix that by just adding one stabilizer like this, just anywhere, and then like this, and then you'll see that this block is separated from all these. And when you now go up, you'll have less wobbles because that thing catches the actual oscillations, that spring. Anyway, you can see how stable it is now. I can even stand on this. It hovers perfectly. This is just perfect. I think I'm gonna use this for the Sky City. Anyway, that was that. Now we're gonna go on to the lasers. And we also have a blaster. Yes, I used the finger module for the blaster. But lasers. As you can see, it makes a giant laser beam very far away, and it can also destroy stuff. Let's actually remove that thing over here. This is in the way. Let's actually destroy some crap, shall we? Boom! Destruction. Everyone wants destruction, so I will give it to you. Here's the frickin' lasers. And as you can see, the particles are doing something weird, but I've improved it as much as possible. The particles, there's like individual welding particles that you can see when you go left and right, but that is just to improve it as much as possible. Like, oh crap, suspension is doing some weird crap. Now, that is so that you have like a continuous beam, but also don't lag too much. Now we're lagging too much because this car cannot handle lag and it crashes and I don't know. Sleep physics? Yeah, sleep physics. We're waiting for sleep physics. God damn it. Right, that's already a bit better. But as soon as stuff starts touching each other, it's like crap. Alright, that's way better now. So, that was the normal laser. How does the blaster go? Well, that was the laser. The blaster blasts off. And it's exactly like in Star Wars. You can see, like, they will not go in parallel to each other because they are Star Wars blasters. They don't shoot straight. They can't shoot to anyone anything. Like, let me just actually shoot some stuff over here so it actually also blasts holes in everything. I'm gonna make it so that it stops when it hits something soon, but that'll be for the next update of this mod, because oh crap, what happened? You need to be very careful with these. If they destroy any other scripted block, you will crash, guaranteed. Now, what I did to prevent this? Well, when you load the world, and you'll see that in just a second, the lasers will actually wait for 5 seconds before actually starting to fire. Just a prevention, like, what if you actually hit something? Okay, yeah, it was already 5 seconds, but what if you actually hit something that, for example, a scripted block that makes you crash? And then you reload the world and it instantly crashes again. Well, I've added a 5-second rule so that it doesn't start firing until 5 seconds after starting the world. Also, 5 seconds after creating the block. Let me just make this. And as you can see, it doesn't start firing yet. Just to see, like, is it not hitting any scripted blocks? And then if you know you crashed and it's because of a scripted block, then you can still remove the actual thing or disable it or whatever, just to prevent it from crashing again. Yeah, you can use this as fireworks as well. So, oh, 5 seconds, of course. It's amazing, right? And it'll stop firing after about it's 1,200 blocks, something like that. But yeah, yeah, it's fine. But you can generate as much instances of the particles as you want. They will not remove because of, like, creating too many. So you could just do a circuit like this. I haven't done this yet. I'm interested. What will this give? Oh, that's interesting. Ah, nice. I haven't seen the actual shooting particles from this angle yet. So this is really interesting. They are not supposed to do that though. They're supposed to, like, spawn. I'm gonna put a clock in there because normally they spawn every particle in between. They didn't seem to spawn that much. Oh god. Did I really? Huh. Yeah, anyway, I'll try to make these more solid so that you can actually yeah, so that you don't see the spaces in between. But that will be the last fix for now. You will have the mod version with the more and better shooting. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked this mod. If you didn't like it, then just feel free to hit that dislike button. I don't care. Don't forget to subscribe to this mod if you want to make some awesome stuff with this. Maybe you can do a Star Wars ship or something. Anyway, and see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.